Welcome back everyone. Today we'll be talking about my ultimate favorite 5 Cadisen watches. Now the Cadisen brand is a very interesting brand. Firstly, they offer premium, interesting designs. Some of them are own design. Mostly they're homaging some kind of iconic watches. Well, we can't blame them for that because that sells. But homaging and making great quality, refinement, good luminosity for very budget prices, that is very much appreciated. So today we'll be covering 5 diver watches which are absolutely great. Some of the models we'll be discussing are from 23, late 23 as well as 2024. Now all of these 5 watches cost between $50 and $70. I've already reviewed comprehensively all 5 of them, but I think I need to put them all into just one bundle and we can talk about them in just one place. Anyways, the links to all of these watches will be in the description below the video, so do check them out if you're after some sharp prices. And now without further ado, let's get in and talk about these 5 watches in detail. First up, let's talk about the Cadisen C8206. This diver is a mishmash of styles. I would even go as far as saying it stirs eras of watchmaking into a vintage-inspired yet infused with the contemporary era premium components. And all that making a value buy for any watch enthusiast. Let's look at some of the features. It's powered by a Japanese self-winding automatic movement, specifically the NH35. The dial is covered with a slab of sapphire crystal. We get a water resistance of 200 meters. It's a fully stainless steel construction with a screw-down case back as well as a screw-in crown. I picked this up for $55 on a steel bracelet, but if you favor the rubber or the silicone straps, well, you could save another $5 to $7. Considering the nimble dimensions, it's a piece for practically any wrist size. We get a diameter of 38 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 46 millimeters, a height of 12.4, a lug width of 20 millimeters, and a weight, without removing any of the links, of 140 grams. The square stance is another giveaway to the watches this Cadisen is paying tribute to, especially the rounded protruding pips on the bracelet pins. That's a cue so reminiscent of the Tudor bracelets. There are 4 dial colors available: this sky blue, a deep night sky blue, black, and an ivory white. For number 2, let's discuss a diver watch which also offers 200 meters of water resistance, a self-winding automatic movement from Seiko, the NH35. It gets sapphire glass with anti-reflective coating and a 90-click chronograph aluminum bezel, in line with the vintage watch it is inspired by. Lots of lume and all packed into a brushed 316L stainless steel case. From the moment you lay your eyes on the Cadisen diver, you notice how elegant and compact this timepiece is. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 38 millimeters, a height of 12, a lug-to-lug length of 46 millimeters, a weight of 80 grams on the silicone strap, and a lug width of 18 millimeters. There are 4 color options available, ranging from the vintage cream dial to the blue and then the gray we have here. The proportions of the lug-to-lug width versus the case diameter give away that it's the classic vintage look Cadisen was going for, as in the width of the lugs is less than half the diameter of the watch. The case does look like it was chiseled out of a solid piece of steel. The walls transition via sharp angles to the lugs, yet all chamfers are smoothed and the beveled edges are not sharp or crude. We have a laterally brushed case on the side. On top we have circular brushing style around the bezel and the whole way to the edge of the lugs. We get 2 variants for the straps, either this black silicone strap or the steel bracelet. This watch is currently going for about $45 to $48, so the perfect price for a very strong and good-looking diver. For number 3, let's take a look at another awesome homage by Cadisen. So every hobby needs a cult favorite at the entry point to get people excited about. In our case, watches collecting as a hobby, we need an accessible, generally quite likable and well-respected watch. The Seiko SKX007 fits that description perfectly. And with us is a Cadisen Homage of that almost iconic watch. Iconic for the history, though in essence the SKX007 is as ubiquitous as it is functional. And this Cadisen Homage follows the tradition with key artifacts to make its point. Take the 316L stainless steel case and bracelet. The steel bracelet, mind you, actually comes with 5 individual links, warranting an expensive look and a comfortable fit, with the links wrapping around your wrist very organically. We get sapphire crystal and a 2.5 times magnification cyclops at 3 o'clock. A prominent dual-colored and high bezel. 200 meters of water resistance manifested from a screwed case back and a screw and crown. And of course, a self-winding Seiko Automatic, the NH35. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 40 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 45.8, a height of 12.4, a lug width of 20 millimeters, and a weight of 155 grams. So this piece here is just $55. So really quite a bargain as well. And you can get a number of dial options here. I love the blue, but of course you could go for the orange as well. At number 4, let's take a look at C8218. This is a very interesting watch because I think it clearly homages at least 2 watches, one from Tag and one from the Breitling family. It has some of the visual cues that sort of remind us or reminiscent of those 2 brands, but not quite there. So there's a lot of Cadisen's own vision in this watch. Visual aesthetics aside, the watch does feature a fully stainless steel construction. Sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, 120 click unidirectional bezel with 4 ridges at every quarter of an hour. The fully brushed case is the best anti-fingerprint coating. We get a screw and crown and a screw down case back. The lug-to-lug length here is 47.5 millimeters, meaning this is a very nimble size. We get a milled clasp and bracelet with 2 micro adjustments, and these are testament to Cadisen being at the top of their game in the sub $60 price range. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 41 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 47.8, a height of 12.5. We get a lug width of 20 millimeters and tapering down to 18 at the clasp. The weight without removing any links is 165 grams. Even with these modest dimensions, the timepiece oozes masculinity. It's not the size, rather the lean and muscular case, brushed surfaces and angles that appear so right all over it. When looking at the watch profile, we see the flat flanks and 3 distinct parts, the middle section and 2 longer walls leading to the downward pointing lugs. The horizontal brushing looks deep, yet at the touch of the finishing, the steel is silky smooth. So this watch here will set you back $55. At number 5, we've got the Cadisen C8230, and this is the most expensive piece in this collection, priced at $70. Also, this is the newest piece in this collection, considering it just came out around 2 months ago in 2024. This is a 39mm diameter piece, 120 click unidirectional bezel, and a screw and crown at 4 o'clock. Powered by Seiko NH35, there are 2 dial color options available, the silver gray and a sunburst effect royal blue, just like this one in front of us. The sapphire crystal covering the dial is actually anti-reflective treated, meaning legibility is superb. I also like the slanted, deep hole leading down to the dial. The date window at 3 o'clock is neat, keeping the dial clean and uncluttered. The lattice 5-link stainless steel bracelet is another perk on the watch. Just look at the light play on the angles and the facets. The clasp is signed and the folding wing is milled. The case design is very strict though. It does appear to be chiseled out of a solid steel bullion, yet elegance is everywhere. Looking at the profile, we have a gentle curve arching down at the lugs. The lattice bracelet meets the head seamlessly, and the inverted end links provide for a modest 46mm lug-to-lug length, and all this is just too good, even at the $70 price. Now, I do say even at the $70, but if we think about it, this is the most expensive piece out of these 5 watches. Not expensive at all, really. So a lot of sarcasm there. But anyways, these 5 watches, they are my ultimate favorite Cadisens. Out of about 180 videos on this channel so far, I've had plenty of Cadisens. So probably way more than 10, 15, 20, I don't know, plenty. But these 5, they strike the perfect balance between maximum value for the looks, for the refinement, for the overall build quality, and the premium components that we get on these watches. Anyways, so I have already done the comprehensive reviews on these watches, and I'll be leaving the links in the description below the video. Also, I'll be leaving the affiliate links to the listings of these watches also in the description below the video, so do check them out if you're after some sharp prices. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.